Well, YouTube Nation, long time no see. I know it's been a little bit since posting a video last, but where I did leave off with the previous video, I was going to set out on working on the scenery aspect of the layout. And of course, working on the scenery aspect takes some time. And of course, still being employed full time does interfere with working on the layout. But the money comes from somewhere, guys. So let's see what I've done, shall we? Now, I hope I'm not going to make you nauseous by moving from spot to spot on the layout. And I'll probably pause in between so that there'll be minimal moments of queasiness. But I'm going to start from this end of the layout and work my way back. So over here was a vacant spot, and I was planning on putting something here. And as you'll see, we have ourselves a nice low-rise building just over here. It is somewhat nondescript. There is no real form or function to this particular structure. It could be part residential, could be part office, could be part retail and residential. It's just a matter of having a building here. And as you'll see, there are windows on the side. There are windows on this elevation of the building. And if I can work my way around here without getting you guys sick, there's some windows here, but it's mostly wall and just the top 3 floors of the edifice with windows. And over here, I just put a green spot, just for the illusion of greenery. I have been pondering what to put exactly in terms of shrubbery or some sort of greenery. I've been watching a lot of YouTubes on scenery on the cheap, and I have yet to determine what the course of action will be. The color of paint over there is the same as over here, which is it's Craft Smart Campground green. I think I picked this up in Walmart. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I picked this up in Walmart. It's Campground. It's a nice shade of dark green. I do have other shades of green at my disposal that I've picked up in either Joann's, Walmart, Michael's. So I got that. Moving right along. Over here, I finally put something down for a platform. And I'm going to explain what I used in a little while. As you'll see, there is yellow safety tape. A yellow safety marker. That comes from 1/4 inch yellow tape. And I was able to get that by means which I will not share But in any event, moving right along here to this platform, I finally put something down here, and these are 3D printed benches. Kudos to the designer on Thingiverse. For these benches, I printed several of them. I put them in other benches I've placed elsewhere on the layout. And I also have the yellow safety marker over here. I do plan on some sort of barrier. I've yet to determine what exactly I'm going to put. I might 3D print something and then just attach them to so that there's the impression that there are barriers in place. So, moving right along, hold on one moment. Now, over here, it may not seem much, but I finally put down sidewalks along this end of the layout. There was nothing here, and I finally got around to putting something down. And moving along here, I also put the sidewalks down. I finally put a driveway into Tyler Durden's warehouse facility for the Paper Street Soap Company. What Tyler Durden does in his spare time, I don't discuss it. There's a road here in between Paper Street and Umbrella. I still have yet to determine what I'm going to put here. This has been here for the longest time, where I put cut out, because I was going to put some sort of body of water, but I might put a building there. I'm still figuring that out. Now, over here, you'll notice that I painted, and I also had painted over here, and the color paint that I used was something that I had found on Amazon.com, on Amazon, actually. It's called Pavement. It's the Apple Barrel brand. I've never seen this color before. And when I saw Pavement, I said, you know what? Let me pick up a couple of bottles of that. I think it was like 58 cents each. I could be wrong. And, all you have to do is just pay the tax and the shipping, and there you go. And I also put down the sidewalks here. Now, hold on one second. Now, before I do the big reveal, I am going to mention that there was this part of the layout over here that I was, hold on a second, wrong finger, wrong hand. This section of the layout over here, where these tracks led off to, something wasn't sitting right. So I worked on it, and I worked on it. I took up the track that was leading, and it became the Soylent facility. So you have this road leading for vehicles. It goes into this new building over here, which is the Soylent Food Company, which connects to the little warehouse facility, and this siding is where freight can come into. This siding is for the commuter train, and this, the lower section, I put in new windows and doors and whatnot, put down the platform and the safety tape, and we have Soylent Tower. With the entryway right over here. So that used to be the siding over there. That's gone now. Do I plan to do anything with it? Not that I could think of right now. And I do apologize for any wobbly photography. This isn't the greatest selfie stick / tripod. And the building that used to be over here, that this siding went off to, is now over here, because I removed the that platform, because I have this over here. So all I did was I kept this side of the structure, and then I'm going to do something very daring. Hold on one moment. So now there's a whole new facade where those freight doors used to be. I just replaced the whole front of the structure. So that is just about the gist of what I've done with the layout. I know it doesn't look finished, and I guess the scenery aspect of the layout will be finished when I'm dead. Is a layout ever finished? No. A layout is never finished. A layout is always evolving, always changing. There is so much to be done, and I guess I'll have everything done and taken care of when I'm dead. How these buildings are made, I will explain it to you. I use this is 1/4-inch foam board. This you could pick this up in Michael's. You could pick this up in $1.25 Tree, and you probably could have picked them up in Joann's, but Joann's is folding, if they haven't folded already. And I pretty much cut them to size that I need. And in the beginning, I used to use packaging tape to hold everything together, but then I graduated onto a glue gun with glue sticks. Smear the glue on one corner, or along the edge, or along the side, and then adhere both, the sides together, and you hold it in place for a couple seconds, and then it holds together. As for the facades, the exteriors themselves, I get that online from Google image search. Sometimes it'll be from Shutterstock, Alamy, or I just go to architect websites or building websites, and I use use Alt Print Screen because I use a Windows computer. It's Alt and Print Screen, and then that pretty much catches the whatever catches my attention. I go to Windows Paint, paste it, crop as needed, and then transfer that to either Microsoft Excel, or or Microsoft Publisher. But my understanding is that Publisher is going to be phased out either later this year. No, not this year, but next year. They're going to phase out Publisher. But I use Microsoft Excel, and I crop and adjust it to the right size as needed for HO scale, and then print it out on extra bright printer paper. And I find extra bright printer paper to be a little bit more slightly heavier than conventional printer paper. Copy paper, that is. And then use a glue stick. I used to use Staples glue sticks, but then I started using Target brand purple glue sticks, and I find that has a better adhesive strength than the plain Jane white glue sticks that I picked up at Staples. Okay. Sometimes what I use in the building structures, I also use hard cardboard. This is, packaging cardboard. And this is from a copy box. You could also use, give me 1 second. The takeout boxes that you would get from a restaurant, like a pizza place or something like that. And this stuff is very sturdy material. So I would use that as like siding, along with the 1/4-inch foam core board. I could also use those for roofs. I mean, the possibilities are limitless. Now, as for the sidewalks, I use stiff felt. And there used to be a store called AC Moore. AC Moore is no longer around. It hasn't been around for years. But when they were in operation, they sold these sheets of stiff felt, and with a ruler and a very good ink pen, I would make grids, or just make the illusion that it's like sidewalk, and then use the what's that? And then use a cutting wheel, and then cut down to size as needed. Of course, what helps me is a quilting ruler, and I am the proud husband of a quilter, and let me tell you, there is no greater balance in the universe than oh, hold on a second. So there is no balance in the universe greater than a wife who's a quilter and a husband who's a model railroader. Go figure. And what I've used for the platforms, I used cardstock paper that I picked up in Michael's. There were two different patterns, of course, that I picked up, that I figured that maybe I could use it for platforms. Why not? It would be better than expending the ink on my inkjet printer, because in the past I did used to print out platforms from an image that I downloaded, or rather copied and pasted. But again, this is wood grain. If you take a look at it, but it could also, if you're creative about it, using a ruler and an ink pen, it could easily fake it and turn it into platform pavement. The possibilities are endless. So you probably saw that there were still freight cars on the layout. That's because something's coming pretty soon. So with that being said, I want to thank my subscribers for the continued support. I am working my way towards the 300 subscriber milestone, and I would appreciate your help with that. Please like the video, please share this video, and as always, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you soon.